Can't beat us, join us, please bring your coinage. We sink 3-pointers, money shots, all net, all vets. Bumps we not, jet skiing in them sunny spots. With women edible like gummy drops. Dummy stop, dummy stop. No weapon form can intercept a storm. Once my intellect is on, I'm projecting on magnetic fields and interact with blacks with athletic bills. I'm all about growth and development like residents of Ebbets Fields. Not to choose between woo and chew. We wanna line them colors up like a Rubik's Cube and fade to black, yeah, the truest hue. When you say the black man is God, who you alluded to? The usual, Clarence 13X, a worthy guess. The words expressed come from the word in flesh. Elijah M, the NOI versus Leviathan. Messiah sent from the heavenly branches. 7 P's from since G-Dub cut down the cherry tree. In the wilderness of North Mex, and we flossing death and forced aggression, or forced perception, forced protection, or forced confessions. It's all a lesson.
The sorcerers from Corsica, killer tonics, sticks and drums like the Philharmonic Orchestra. You niggas still playing harmonicas from officers. Fabric softener, jive turkeys popping 5 perkies, playing with keys, the Scotch stores type. For that soft white, we could've caught life, just being forthright. First class on my 4th flight, popping out like Fortnite. Every night we lit like Porsche lights. The meek shall inherit the earth, oh yeah, that scorched type. And these niggas, they some hoes in these streets. Me, I'm 10 toes in these streets. They lost their souls, niggas got holes in their feet. Shit, I'm just worried about the craft and how to perfect it. Not worried about the craft, yeah, that's out of perspectives. Focus on the chip like I'm Robert Kraft, and then how to protect it. It's the waves of the oceans. Get to the money, nigga, save your emotion. Descended of the slaves in the graves in the oceans. Mastermind that the waves is in motions. These niggas, they addicted to the folly, addicted to that molly. Making me a movie, them sticks made of holly. I'm Dr. Manhattan, sitting on top of Manhattan. When I get all 5 rings, snap my fingers and pop up on satin. Dressed in all black, yeah, drop top the Phantom. Best to this day.
TV.
Can't beat us, join us, please bring your coinage. We sink 3-pointers, money shots, all net, all vets. Bumps we not, jet skiing in them sunny spots. With women edible like gummy drops. Dummy stop, dummy stop. No weapon form can intercept a storm. Once my intellect is on, I'm projecting on magnetic fields and interact with blacks with athletic bills. I'm all about growth and development like residents of Ebbets Fields. Not to choose between woo and chew. We wanna line them colors up like a Rubik's Cube and fade to black, yeah, the truest hue. When you say the black man is God, who you alluded to? The usual, Clarence 13X, a worthy guess. The words expressed come from the word in flesh. Elijah M, the NOI versus Leviathan. Messiah sent from the heavenly branches. 7 P's from since G-Dub cut down the cherry tree. In the wilderness of North Mex, and we flossing death and forced aggression, or forced perception, forced protection, or forced confessions. It's all a lesson.
The sorcerers from Corsica, killer tonics, sticks and drums like the Philharmonic Orchestra. You niggas still playing harmonicas from officers. Fabric softener, jive turkeys popping 5 perkies, playing with keys, the Scotch stores type. For that soft white, we could've caught life, just being forthright. First class on my 4th flight, popping out like Fortnite. Every night we lit like Porsche lights. The meek shall inherit the earth, oh yeah, that scorched type. And these niggas, they some hoes in these streets. Me, I'm 10 toes in these streets. They lost their souls, niggas got holes in their feet. Shit, I'm just worried about the craft and how to perfect it. Not worried about the craft, yeah, that's out of perspectives. Focus on the chip like I'm Robert Kraft, and then how to protect it. It's the waves of the oceans. Get to the money, nigga, save your emotion. Descended of the slaves in the graves in the oceans. Mastermind that the waves is in motions. These niggas, they addicted to the folly, addicted to that molly. Making me a movie, them sticks made of holly. I'm Dr. Manhattan, sitting on top of Manhattan. When I get all 5 rings, snap my fingers and pop up on satin. Dressed in all black, yeah, drop top the Phantom. Best.
TV.
Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. Peace, family. Peace to you and yours. Peace, family. Peace to you and yours. Welcome, 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 welcome to another episode of Saturday Night Live. You are now rocking with the best. Yes, this is your brother Red Pillar. Let me know how we sounding on the sounds. Let me know how we sound on the audio, ladies and gentlemen. A new mic has landed. A new microphone device has arrived. Let me know how we sound on the audio. Check, check, check. Sir. All right. Yes, indeed. Yes, sir. Let's get this thing going. Let's get this thing going, right. All right. Okay. Without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring to you to the stage none other than our good brother, the one and only top of New York. They call him Tony. You know what I mean? Pope Pablo in the building, reporting live from Brooklyn. Shame on you. Peace to the God.
Peace to the family. Peace to the family. Peace, love, and light.
Yes, yes.
Brother
Peace,
Blue report live and direct. I'm on my Inspector Gadget. You see it.
That's right. That's right. You see it. You see it. By the boardwalk of all places.
Yeah. You know, the guard is wavy right now. So what better way to compliment, you know, that waviness? You got to come to where the waves is at. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
So,
yes, sir.
I'm tapped into the frequency, listening to the birds chirping, you know, with a clear mind and you know what I'm saying, crystal clear as the ocean, because if nothing else, you know, today commemorates the crystallization of a crystallized view. You know what I mean? Crystallized view. So
Yes. Indeed. Man, February the 28th. This is a powerful day. Not to mention, this is the last day of a month that many of us are still trying to keep up with. We like, wait a minute, February. Where did you go? You know,
where did you go?
Yeah, this might have been the fastest month that went by in probably history in my books. But today is the last day of it. And it's gonna go down you know, a day in history. For many reasons. This day is historic in many through many lenses and whatnot. One of the reasons that it will go down in history is it's the day that we officially launched the When in Rome, our latest installation, the Fire Horse Apocalypse. You know, we'll make history today doing that. Another reason why this goes down as a day in history, this is the day that a second war was launched on Iran officially. This time a little more than the last time. And then there's also meanings behind today, and I'll let you tap into that as well. I'll let you get some of that.
Yes.
The alignment, the planetary alignment, the mystical aspects of today. You know, the window that makes today such a powerful day. I want to tap into that.
You want to get right into that?
I don't want to get right into that, but I definitely want to get into that before the show is over.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
It's mandatory.
Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. But first and foremost, how's the energy in New York City since you've been out there? I know that you went out there and in a snowstorm hit the city. I wouldn't even call it a snowstorm. It looked more like a snow. What did they give it? They gave it a term.
It's a bomb cyclone.
A bomb cyclone.
Yes, we call it a bomb cyclone. This was Hernando. Winter storm Hernando. Considered a bomb cyclone.
Get out of here. They gave him a Hernando.
Yeah, gave him a Hernando. And, you know, it was very abrupt. It was very aggressive for the amount of time, you know what I'm saying, that it did what it had to do. But it was again, to me, a sign of what February, this short month, stood for. Is the etymology of that word is purification, to purify. And we just had the fire horse, the reminder that purification will come by fire, but also purification comes by water to cleanse. So, you know, snow is another form of water. It's another form of information. It's another form of memory.
Yes.
But it's also a bioweapon these days, you know, understanding how these people are spraying and positioning this terraforming of the Terra Dome. And even now we can see what Terra Domes look like because they are showing the efficacy of the Iron Dome. This is going to be a protracted campaign. There's going to see many twists and turns. And I'm trying to tell you, this is the one. This day will forever be remembered as the day of days when nothing was the same ever again. This is this pinnacle day. It's a 99 day. It's a 999 day. It's a 10 day. It's that 0 point. It's that 10 point. It's the beginning point. It's the ending point. It's a quantum parallel positioning taking place right now. I do not think that people understand the ramifications of what they're bearing witness to, and this day being the ending of the old world and the beginning of a new reality that will never be part and parcel to what the old world represented. This is the unmitigated declaration of every cosmic alignment that said that old systems are crashing and new ones are forming. And we are now seeing the birthing pains, the violent thrust and marching, right? Because March stands for Mars. Mars is blood. This is the most unprecedented 44 ritual, bar none, that we have ever bore witness to, preparing us for a bloody Monday, 3/3, the day of the blood moon, when the markets open. And we get to see what the real play is. And all of this aligns with my prophetic at this time, fully consecrated, consummated blood moonologue lectures of 2014 and 2015, when I explained that the Zionist states use astrological dates to measure and align in perfection the design of warfare, specifically around the celebration of Purim and the celebration of Tabernacles, the Feast of Tabernacles. You know what I'm saying? And this is what Paul McGee, I think his name was. He was the pastor that wrote the the book on the blood moon, that this is when the Christian Zionists were pledging their allegiance to the Zionists to create an apocalyptic condition where they both could put their ops in position. And today you see the full consecration of that mission. And they also pulled into Britain.
Right. So when I saw bombs dropping in Dubai, I knew that it was to fly. Yeah.
I seen one of them just flew by.
And I seen one of them things just flew by. Hypersonic missiles dropping in Bahrain. Maine.
Oh, man. Yo, so Iran attacked 7 countries.
7.
Like the Pleiades 7 sisters, right? Because this is a declaration of the anniversary of what? The Battle of Purim. Purim is when what? The Jewish state defeated Persia. The celebration of that is coming up. Ironically aligned on 3/3, the night of the blood moon, which is tied to what? The tetrad blood moons. But this is the 3rd blood moon in a row. And the 3rd blood moon of the tetrad blood moons of 2014 and 2015 was the blood moon that happened on 4/4. Talk black to me. What we talking about? And let me tell you when. let me tell you when the last one happened on 9/27, our father's birthday, but also the day that the Pope came to the United States and visited Philadelphia. 267, the same quote unquote Pope that's in place right now, Pope Leo from Philadelphia, tied in, especially with the win of the Philadelphia Eagles, that Super Bowl, him being the 267th Pope. And did Philadelphia not winning the Super Bowl in Louisiana that we went to last the year? What was it, last year? When we did the lecture?
When we went out there to New Orleans, yeah, that was in 25.
Yeah, people forget so quick. So these, once again, are part of our pillar prophecies, and it's not being egotistical or always forcing or looking to always put yourself in the middle of something. But as a decoder and a precoder, you have to report live from your center mass. I would be wasting time if I was talking about anybody else's business. You know what I'm saying? So
you be gossiping.
Don't fault me for finding myself, be gossiping, right? But I'm like, yo, I see this as part of some prophetic prophecies that we've been had our finger on the pulse of with this winning Rome theories. And this is all about Rome, because this all lines up to their Gregorian calendar date. And this is the ending of one old order, that all of this is behind the Vatican. The Vatican is behind the US and Israel. Don't leave them out the mix.
Right. That's that hidden hand.
That's that hidden hand that people fail to.
Yeah, so them people are definitely moving those chips. Let's go to a video real quick and hear what was being said in this theater that many people are waking up to right now, you know, just to make sense of it.
All right. You got it.
All right. Check this shit out.
Dangerous outside, bombs will be dropped to the great proud people of Iran. I say tonight that the hour of your freedom is at hand. Stay sheltered, don't leave your home. It's very dangerous outside, bombs will be dropping everywhere. When we are finished, take over your government. It will be yours to take. This will be probably your only chance for generations. For many years, you have asked for America's help, but you never got it. No president was willing to do what I am willing to do tonight. Now you have a president who is giving you what you want. So let's see how you respond.
The fuck? Like, I'm gonna play that back. This is your president. This is the same dude who's in 3 million emails that they might be hiding. This is the same dude who literally should be on D Block right now, telling the people of Iran that they are going to remove, to regime change their whole entire quote unquote government that's been there for eons, right? Their supreme leader. And when they're finished, that it's up to them to take over. And come on, bro. Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, he got a lot of nerve.
It's not even about how people in America take it. It's just with the rest of the entire civilized planet. These are the same people who are trying to be moral police around the world. This is not a crusade. You mean to tell me that this is not the most BS statement of a sitting world leader that you've ever heard? They don't even do script writing good anymore, bro. Like you could, I mean, where is Claude? Where's Anthropic when you need him? You could have, yeah. I mean, come on, Claude Code could have gave you something better, bro. This shit is horrible.
To the great proud people of Iran, I say tonight that the hour of your freedom is at hand. Stay sheltered. Don't leave your home. It's very dangerous outside. Bombs will be dropping everywhere. When we are finished, take over your government. It will be.
So what they wind up doing in the ritual, right? Because they have to, quote unquote, they have to do the Moloch ritual. They bombed a girls. One of the first bombs that dropped was on a school full of girls, right? I believe it was 45 of them. They did that immediately. They got that right out the way, right? So it's once again, it's the scene in Apocalypto, and it's a whole bunch of other things. This is American Psycho 101. This is how psychos are activated and triggered, because you'll watch a video like this with him saying something like that, and people will be like, "Oh man, I'm so proud of America. He's such a nice guy. Look how Trump is saving them." And Nicki Minaj is next to him. Like, you see, he's helping Christians and whatnot, and he's helping us. And then Erica Kirk is on the other side. My fellow Christians, Shabbat Shalom on a Saturday, and you know, he's bringing peace to the world, and the Council of Peace is behind him. But the first person, the first casualty of war is innocent children, right? Nobody else could do shit like that and get away with it.
When we are finished, take over your government. It will be yours to take. This will be probably your only chance for generations. For many years, you have asked for America's help, but you never got it. No president was willing to do what I am willing to do tonight. Now you have a president who is giving you what you want. So let's see how you respond. America is backing you with overwhelming strength and devastating force. Now is the time to seize control of your destiny and to unleash the prosperous and glorious future that is close within your reach. This is the moment for action. Do not let it pass.
بداند ما برای اینکه سالها با شما بجنگیم از پیشرفته ترین امکانات امروز برخورداریم. اول جنگ هرچی ته انبار داریم میزنیم، اما در ادامه قوی ترین موشک هامون رو خواهیم زد. اون چیزی رو که تا الان رو نکردیم و به قول ما بچه ایرانی ها تو آب نمک خوابوندیم، اونها رو هم این روزا رو خواهیم کرد.
Let's move quickly.
So here's
Oh
Dubai.
my God. Okay, I hope no people there.
So they hit up Dubai right out, you know what I mean? They hitting up they hitting up all of the people that are there with Dayton to put their people on notice. The people who are in those places, in case y'all didn't, they telling them people who live in those places, in case y'all didn't know, your own people is in the backyard, is working with the people against our people. Yeah, Dubai getting hit. Damn right. Somebody was like, Dubai, yeah. While they was doing a porta potty party with the shorties that used to sell the tea. Remember the tea? Now they doing the Dubai porta potty parties. Yeah, they probably hit a hotel where they was at one of them parties. but Dubai's getting hit.
Peace, go.
Look at this.
Oh shit! Oh fuck! Oh shit! Oh! Oh shit! Oh fuck! Oh my god! Oh, dude, fuck me! A fucking missile actually got through. Oh, there's more. I gotta get the fuck out of here.
Now, also keep in mind that we're living in the age of AI. Okay, so this is a whole AI. This is gonna be a sea dance and a nano banana war, along with the other war that's taking place. Do not think for one moment that both sides are not going to take full advantage of AI to spread propaganda and whatnot. However, you know, this is what I just showed you, that none of that is AI. It's all been verified. That's all real. Okay.
Right.
It comes at a very precarious time because, you know, the Secretary of War is going up against one of the main, I would say the #1 AI company in the world, and that is Anthropic. And they're going to war in the public, and he actually just levied what is equivalent to a fatal blow to their company. He labeled them as threats, supply chain threats.
Supply chain threats.
He labeled them a it's sort of like being censored as a person, or being persona non grata in the eyes of politics and whatnot. So they want the right. They want the right to be able to kill people autonomously with AI. That is what Pete Hegg said. Pistol Pete in the Department of War is going up against Claude and Anthropic right now as we speak.
Right. Yeah, they're fighting them for the right to clip people.
IWAS. You know, IWAS. Something that we'll be covering in extents tonight. We'll be heavily going. I will be heavily going over the information. Blue Pill. I want Blue Pill to make the announcement about tonight's lecture with the Firehorse Apocalypse. I've already made an initial announcement, but the brothers in the building live and direct. So we'll let Blue take the floor real quick and let everybody know what's going on.
Yeah, so Brother Red has an extensive presentation for us this evening, and I'm gonna let that brother, handle the pill, if you will. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna run both sides of the court, and I'm gonna do a follow-up lecture on April 4th. There's gonna be very much comprehensively detailed and laid out. There's a lot of developments that are taking place. I didn't expect to be in New York as long as I am scheduled now to be here, and I have an event tomorrow. So it's going to require me to utilize those hours of tonight to really still be getting ready for tomorrow. So my follow-up part 2 for this lecture, really laying out eagle's eye view of what's taking place. Yeah, 44 Epilogue. That would be on April 4th. You know what I'm saying? But I'll give y'all a portion of it today because it aligns. And right now it's 144. So let me, get right on top of things and just to show you where our alignment lies at, family. Okay?
Yes.
Today is the geometry of the Great Reset. Today, February 28th, 2026, the veil between history and the heavens have never been thinner. Exactly 444 years and 4 days ago, the Gregorian reform recalibrated our world. Today, we witness a legendary 6-planet alignment The 6-planet procession consists of Mercury, Venus, Saturn, Neptune, Uranus, and Jupiter under the vibration of a universal year of 10, right? The synchronicity is anchored by Pope Leo the 14th, born in a 55 year, in 1955, a year that holds the secret code to this universe. 55 is the 10th triangular number, and 55 is the 10th Fibonacci number. The Fibonacci spiral, which is the thumbprint of God, and the year of 10 are converging right now. We are living through a mathematical 10, 10, 10 moment in this very moment right now. The 10th Fibonacci frequency, the 10th triangular frequency, and we're in a universal year 10. And today's the 28th, and that happens to be a 10 as well. When Pope Gregory the 13th implemented the reform, which we're speaking of, which reform? The Gregorian reform. The Gregorian reform was about a moral code that we now see has broken down because they're not following the moral code, right? When Pope Gregory the 13th implemented the reform, he didn't just change the rules going forward. He had to physically repair the 10-day drift that had accumulated since the year 325. The month, the reform was finalized in the 10th month, which is October. The gap, it deleted exactly 10 days out of history. And this anniversary, we are celebrating this on a universal year 10. Also happens to be a day 10. The Pope, the sitting Pope, Leo the 14th, was born in 55, which is the 10th triangular and 10th Fibonacci number. And the choice of the 10th month was not random. The church chose to use October because it was the month with the fewest major religious holidays. By skipping these 10 days in October, they avoided interfering with the feast of St. Francis, and they just opened St. Francis of Assisi's tomb for visit the other Sunday on the 22nd, right? And they gave the world a clean break before the winter holidays began. The planets are in position, the numbers are aligned, and today the cycle is complete. How do we know and show and prove that? Red, I sent you a screenshot of the gematria of Operation, whatever they call in this shit. Can you put that up? For Operation Epic Fury, can you put up the gematria, please, so we can put this shit to bed?
Yes, sir.
And once and for all, show and prove and demonstrate the 44s is a frequency, a vibrational frequency, again, that you know, is all things in a shape and a form and a number that we can move like a cube or a tesseract in this cube year of 26, this cosmic cube year. How do you get out the cube? Get out of it. You go into it, right? It's the center of the cube. I put a post up with Farrakhan breaking down the 144, and he had to get to the cube, and he's talking about being the center of the cube.
Right.
If you the one, you the center of the cube, right? My relationship with these 44s make me the center of the cube.
Here we
right?
go.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here we
that
go.
I can still end up with my 144s, but I can show you also ununanimously how this coincides with the 99 energy, right? Somebody got a Kabbalist on their team. Look at that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all of my people who know
Did you
how
have
to,
a screenshot? You got a screenshot of that image I sent you?
of this image right here? Send that again.
I'm gonna send that to you.
Man, anybody who knows how to play the market, this is your time, because like Blue said,
Monday is gonna be crazy.
Monday is gonna, get your man.
Yeah.
Tap in with the gods too when you get it in.
Yeah, cause we got somebody for you. We all gonna go into this Monday morning together. We're gonna ride this wave and walk away with the bidag.
With the Baggington.
The Baggington. And we dealing with predictive markets. Oh, I'm gonna show you where it's finna hit. And we're gonna show you Say no more.
Nice.
So when you show a gematria calculator, right? When you show a gematria calculator that shows conclusions, and those conclusions start overlapping, that's more weight on that number. That number is the number that compresses and compounds to be the number that comes out. Like if you shift it through a pan, that's the number that's going to come out as the nugget. You understand? It has the heaviest weight on it, so it has the most magnetism. That's the number energy. This operation is a 99 energy. The ending of what and the beginning of what remains to be the answer or the question. But it has undergone its alchemical transformation. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Here goes the science of today right here. Okay? Let's stop playing with the God. Let's just chill. Let's just back up for a minute and just show some respect. Because what Iran is connected to 444 with the 444 days of the Iranian country. Stop playing with me. Me though. Me? Why me? So,
to this day.
And I'm on West 27th Street doing this standing on top of a 9. So I'm just like, we prepared for these times. I know what I'm looking at. And I'm saying that the brother Red is qualified to carry this narrative. Our first winning room started with a snowpocalypse in Boston. I've navigated this whole Super Bowl telling you why Boston was going to lose this year and the Seahawks was going to win. And I put all of my cards on the table days before the game and laid it out and told niggas what my bets was and why they was that. And I stood firm on my predictions. I know my shit. I just don't believe in it. You know what I'm saying? I am tethered to these numbers. How about that? Tethered to these numbers. And I got a great relationship with this land. It loves me. So we're tapped into the grid. That's why we received this information. We're the twin pillars. The 6 of clubs. That is the card of the psychics. Supposed to be the ones that tell the future and give the people the lay of the land of what is to come. You know what I'm saying? And I think that we've done that expertly leading up to said time. They always do it on a Saturday. I told y'all when they first did it on January 3rd, right? And they popped off on a Saturday. It was about carbon. It was about oil. It's about Saturn. It's about Moloch, like you said. It's about them going all. Oh, since y'all know that we monsters, we going all the way in now. We have nothing left to lose.
They don't have
we need
nothing
a distraction
left.
of a lifetime.
Fangs is out.
This is it.
The fangs is out.
This
Look,
is it,
here you go.
y'all.
Let me show real quick.
So where do we go from here? And this is what we here telling people get prepared for. When it's time to do for self now, what is your new world gonna look like? Or you caught up in this old one? You going down with them with this? I'm not going.
I ain't going.
I'm going a different direction. Wherever that is, far away from this.
I ain't going to Dubai. I ain't Dubai dreaming. You know what I'm talking about? I'm not going to the UAE. I ain't going to Rome.
I ain't doing it.
I ain't doing it. I ain't going to Tel Aviv.
So I just find it wild
real quick. So that's Iran. That's the ritual where they hit the girls' school, right? And her mog's gone, right? So that's the whole. You turn the whole country against you, and you start energy harvesting. To remind you, this is Ramadan and whatnot, right? Where all of this provocation is taking place in these Muslim countries, because these Muslim countries that they striking are the Muslim countries that are hosting the ops.
Yeah, I know. Right. They in bed with the oppies.
So they letting the world know in this new shit, there's no middleman anymore. There's no neutral. You're not playing in my face. Either you on this side or you on the other side. There ain't no middle side no more. So they're drawing these lines on a Saturday.
On a Saturday, on a Sabbath. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, guys. So I'm gonna throw this up real quick. This is the QR code in the upper right, ladies, and then I'm gonna throw this Cash App up there. We want to see y'all tonight, 8 o'clock, and I'm talking about 8 p.m. Zoom only, right? 8 p.m. Zoom only, right? When in Rome, the lecture will be from 8 p.m. until. Okay, you can mute your phone, Blue. You know, from 8 p.m. until real quick. Let's go to this real quick.
You already know if I'm going to take it.
Wouldn't be much of an oracle if I didn't.
But if you already know if I'm going to take it.
Wouldn't be much of an oracle if I didn't.
But if you already know, how can I make a choice?
Because you didn't come here to make the choice. You've already made it. You're here to try to understand why you made it.
World War I is from 1492 to 1775, when America was attacked by 7 countries simultaneously. For 283 years, they bombed this place. 7 countries attacked Black America. In 1775, we surrendered and lost the right to vote. They put us in slavery camps.
They're gonna try to sign your baby up to go to Iran when there's been a 500-year war and your black on your neck over here, and it's still going on. And until you realize what's going on, your ass is gonna be you literally walking around with your head cut off. Right? There's a war against the Moors on this land. So all of these other provocations that are going on, you got to be able to tie it back in. Tonight, 8 p.m. on Zoom. Be there. It's gonna be things we can't talk about on YouTube, but of course, right? It's gonna be.
There's no rational reason why you have a better fucking house than me.
So it's going down, ladies and gentlemen. 8 p.m. on Zoom. We will be in the building tonight. It's my segment. All right, my opening up segment, and then Blue has the epilogue coming in a few days. All right, when in Rome. Okay, when in Rome, the fire horse apocalypse. All right, like Blue said, today is the last day of this normality of whatever world we exist in. He showed you cosmically, today is that last day. Okay. Whatever we are going to be seeing in the world from moving on from today, it will be a new world. It will be a different world, right? There's nothing to fear but fear itself, because that new world that is forming through fire, through the purification, is a world that's been promised to us, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? So, as with any roller coaster ride, all you have to do is have your seatbelt on and not be afraid of the heights and the lows that you'll be going in.
Yeah. Roller coaster rides.
Right.
Right in Coney Island.
Right.
All right.
Yes, sir. All right, my brother.
That's it. No balls. Good.
Huh?
You don't got no questions?
I have a lot of questions. I'm gonna ask the audience who heard your beautiful monologue, right? If they have any questions that they want to pose to you, I definitely want to be able to interact with the family and engage with them on this Saturn day. That's for us, that's the best thing. I'm sure there's a lot of questions in the audience. So
I got some time.
Okay. All right. Let us open up the floor, ladies and gentlemen. For the family that's out there, if you have some questions, go ahead and put it in the chat. There's a little bit of a time delay, so we'll give you a few minutes to get your minds right and to ask whatever questions that you have for either me or Blue. And yeah, we'll take it from there. Maybe even in the meantime, between time, I'm gonna upload. We'll play a few of these videos, a few of these news reports. Where is Black culture headed? Oh, wonderful question. What a way to start it out. Where is Black culture headed? Black culture is headed to the top. Black culture is it has a meteoric rise taking place right now. If you pay attention, right? If you pay attention to what's going on in the world right now, right? If you pay attention to how Black History Month was being recognized by different cultures around the world, not the old school Black history, the new Black history. They were telling stories about they were telling Black history stories that a lot of people never heard before. They were telling corrective information. They were not giving the same old script. They were not giving you the Jesse Jackson version of Black history. Not to take anything away from Jesse, but there's a certain type of his name is attached to a certain type of compromising when it came to our history, our story, our narrative, right? So I see that
that's different, but I hear you.
I would say that our culture is beginning to have a renaissance. It's entering into a possible renaissance era, and is being steered by the rediscovery of the wealth of Black culture, not just rap, right?
But history.
But history tied into what culture actually is, and then like qualifying it as culture, because before it wasn't necessarily cataloged, chronicalized, and and seen as culture, right? So I see that happening. And then I also see cultural exchange happening. I see higher infinite power healing our people. What is that? That is recognizing hip hop for a 5-pillar culture and not just rap music as words that rhyme. Go ahead, Blue. They say you look like a conscious reporter. I'll take that for $44. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm out here reporting the news. I'm getting the vibe of the city. You know, these Russian communities, these people are mainly of Jewish background. You know, the people from Europe got a global view of how this gonna impact their backyard. It's a world war because it impacts the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a world war because it's gonna impact markets. Israel already said they're shutting down the straits. I mean, Iran said they're shutting down the straits with the oil and everything moving. So
Hormuz.
that was Hormuz. That was the prediction of what would offset financial markets, you know, when you slow down global commerce and the passageways, the throughways that, you know, the merchants that consumers and products move through, you know, when that gets cut off and you got to hunker down because ain't nothing coming through, what do? My plan and my designation was to tell people start micro farming and create farms across the nation, farms across America, so we can fortify against what's coming.
Right.
Because stuff wasn't coming through the docks already because of tariffs. Now stuff really not coming through. And if they ration portions for people that they have choice for, right? Then one has to say, where do you fall in that distribution deal? If you got to go in their neighborhoods, because you know who's going to be in charge of food distribution, the same people that's in charge of distribution in every industry, right? And you got to get scanned and ID and all that. You got to get face scanned and biometric scanned to go and get their handouts or get their UBI, right? Because, I mean, it's just if it is it's a global affair because it involves the coalition that it involves. So why wouldn't the moves be made over here to monitor and surveil potential threats if they're gonna do something and they're gonna leave their back end open? No. Why would they fight in Anthropic for surveillance rights? Right? So how does this change the landscape going forward of people even having conversations about this in public and expressing how they really feel? Because now it's a data manhunt, but they're prompting you and gaslighting you to show your hand.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
Because that's the how long would it take for the war to come to the shores of everywhere else? Right? They hit 7 countries in one day.
Right.
Day one. Right? You're getting some lined up for the lineup. And
While
this
the
is
planets line up.
while the planets line up. So this is Pax Judaica coming into existence, right? This is the Zionists wowing up and offering the sacrifice. Purim. They're putting the bodies on the altar because the gig is up. They had to pull the plug on this because it got to the boiling point. The lid almost came off. It was bubbling and boiling over such to a degree where the lid almost finally came all the way off. But guess what? They shutting down now.
So
and they going underground.
Is this the Epstein Desert Storm?
Yes.
Okay.
This is what that filth has produced, right? Left them no options because they had your boy up on the ropes. I guess that last drop was about to happen. And they're like, you going or else. This is a Miriam Adelson play. This is what they paid for. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it remains to see who gets their money's worth. But you would never factor in to be the benefactor. So how do you take life and factors of life into your own hands? That's going to be the question going forward. Do you have the ability to do without? Do without who? The man holding your hand, because he's going to need both of them hands to defend himself right now.
I would say, would you say that how important is a Monday play for people to basically line up some of their investments or line up some of their prediction market?
It's the play of the lifetime. You know, every day has its importance in life, and one day is more important than the other. But in terms of a market perspective, I don't think that no day would be more important than Monday, because if markets are determined by fluctuation of volatility and fluctuation of speculation, right? There's going to be a lot of volatility in the market come Monday. And if you can speculate what particular market will be impacted the most, then you can leverage shorts and all sorts of stuff. You can play short and wide, long and short, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
And again, we have somebody in the network that's offering services where he has an algorithm that's almost foolproof, you know, in the Forex market where he's hitting his licks and he has proof and receipts to bolster and back this up. Again, it's Saturnian. It's an issue of time. I was supposed to introduce this conversation a while ago, and I've been getting all of my ducks in a row and doing, you know, other things that are needed and necessary in the meantime. But this conversation is supposed to have been had so we can be in alignment right on time. But time hasn't run out. I'm gonna still get in contact with the brother, see what we can do for Monday morning. Definitely, for sure.
Or Sunday night, possibly.
No, I mean, something will have to be done, yes, on the Sunday to prepare for Monday morning. So yeah, if we could do something Sunday night when we meet as a group, like 11 or something, and then dive in there in the morning.
Yep.
Collectively as a group.
Yep.
And dive into the market and you know.
Yeah, why not?
Catch
A
these waves,
4:44 a.m.
right?
show.
Catch these plays and catch these waves.
Fact.
Yeah, 4:44 a.m. show. Yeah.
And
we can do a workout first.
We ride that bitch
and
all
then,
the way in.
And go right into the market.
Yes, sir.
That's gonna be the new live streams. I predict that going forward. There it is.
Yes, sir.
Work out right into the market.
Work out right into the market.
And then if they want an extended version, we do breakfast or breakfast prep and show them how to put the proteins back in. Then they get into the whole health and maintenance part of the day, recovery and recuperation. You know what I'm saying?
While you take them to the farm that you have inside of your home, you feel me? You know, even a cooking show, like an hour at in the cooking,
Yeah.
you know, with the farming.
Yeah, the content with the farming, cooking right on the farm. But you got a farm indoors and you cooking right there. Oyster mushrooms.
Family,
You know what I'm saying?
I'm about to put the video up that I made at your spot at the farming. If you taste these, what was it? What it wasn't alfalfa. What did you call those sprouts that you put on that burger?
It was sunflowers for you?
Was it sunflowers? It looked like alfalfa sprouts.
Okay, we got lentil, we got broccoli, we got alfalfa, we got
so then it was alfalfa then. Fam,
yeah.
the alfalfa that he put on these vegan burgers that he made.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It just tastes alive. Like it had so much life in it. You know, what the God is doing with the oyster mushrooms, what the God is doing with everything, the cooking skills, all of that. It needs to go global. Like people need to know about that. You feel me? The same way.
Yeah, but yeah, for New York family, Brooklyn family, tri-state area, we are gonna be in the building tomorrow at at Restoration Plaza, which is 2 doors down from Nicholas.
Yes.
From noon to 6 p.m. with the second annual Purely Holistic Soul Expo, right? And that's going to be free 99, open to the public. Come and get your healing modalities because you're going to need them going forward. You can't depend on these people. You got all the documentation showing you what they think about you, what they've already put into your body. You're going to line up when they do the 2.0, right? They showing you what their hands is. You trust these people with your body? I don't know what else to tell you. Come and get some of this tea. Come and get some of this remedy, right? Come and get some of this love. Mama Love will be in the building. Mama Pill is out here. You know, it's going to be a family affair. Healing is back in the building, Brooklyn. Come and take advantage of it. Restoration Plaza from noon to 6. March 1st, marching forward into the new year. Get your blood clean. Don't get caught up in the war for your heart and your mind. Right? It's time to take it back, y'all.
Yes. Yes. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We need
but I got to get to it.
Okay. Get to it, my brother.
Appreciate y'all time.
Yes, sir.
It's been an amazing opportunity to share this information with y'all. Like I said, Brother Red is born and qualified. He's had his foot on the gas and his finger pointed to this particular predictive date and time. He made the call. So he made the mental measurement. It brought him in alignment specifically with this time. So it brought him right where he needs to be.
Check out the 1968 RFK for president campaign. There's a lot of secrets, and none of them about RFK. But anyway, have a jolly one.
Thank you.
God to the children in community, because I'm getting paid to blind them on your taxes. So that's stupid. Have a good.
I'm giving you permission.
Wow. Yo. And I'm just telling y'all, just through my observations today alone, they have unleashed the psyops here on the mainland. the agent Smith overload shit is crazy right now. Feel me?
Man. Somebody want to know, have the tea bags come in yet? Pause.
Yes, they have. They are here. They have arrived. And I've been getting in contact with, I guess I've missed some people I've been wondering. Yeah, the minute I announced it, I stopped hearing from people. I was hearing from everybody when I didn't have them. But yeah, they're here. We got them. We have them in mass. We have them in plentiful. And that's what I've been doing. My week here, my strong here in New York has been running around administering tea. Right, Mac?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Rejuvenating, replenishing.
Yeah. They done snatched up my supply, actually, to tell you the truth.
Man.
And the honey, you know, people love honey. They running the honey quicker than anything else. So that buckwheat honey really making its rounds and speaking for itself and standing on its business as the crown king of the bee king of the honey kingdom.
Indeed. I'm just glad you got that tea back in the building, brother, so you could provide the family with those miracle herbs that everybody's been hearing about. So we look forward to everything. Listen, if you in the tri-state area, make sure you are in the building. Make sure your butt is in the seat at Nicholas tomorrow. Show love. Come on out. They got special guests in the building. You never know who's going to be in the building, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a movie, all right? Blue Pillar in Brooklyn, NYC, mañana on the... Wait, that's the first?
Yes, brother.
Ah, man. Big March, the first. You know what I'm talking about? Big March. The 4,
Big
y'all.
March energy.
Big March energy. March of odds. The March of dimes. You know what I mean? The March of the wooden soldiers. So yes, brother man, I'm gonna let you go and report the news and go ahead and continue to capture voices and sentiments from the local New Yorkers. Y'all be safe out there. And
Yes,
where's Waldo? You know what I mean? Y'all watch out for them Agent Smiths and the Waldos and whatnot.
Real. Mac, hold on. Can you speak to it, Mac, real quick? Because he been the buffer zone for the wild kamikaze agent shit going on today. I'm telling y'all, the energy different.
I see them being a buffer just now.
They walking up asking us, how do we know about the RFK documentary?
Right.
Stay politically curious, and he's taking our taxpayer dollars, lying to our kids. He's just a substitute teacher. That's all.
Right.
What's the show about? I'm just shaking my head like nothing. No. And he's like, yeah, well, look up RFK. And I'm taking your tax money right now, lying to your kids, but don't worry about it. Then he walks off.
Right. You gotta watch out for the crash out mayonnaises. You know what I mean? The sleeper cells and whatnot. They're gonna be acting weird. So melanated people
acting weird.
Yeah.
Be alert.
Be alert.
Time. Things have, shifted. And they've crossed the rubrics. So be aware of that. Don't be politically unaware of the times that you're in.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And the changes that are underway. That's all I'm saying. It could be a blessing in disguise if you prepare for it. Peace.
Right now, I'm really trying to get on the board.
All right. Shout out to the Blue Pillar. I'm talking about. Got Pope Pablo in the building. We'll keep everybody updated to the Mineral Ministries and his epilogue for this presentation, this dissertation. All right. But tonight you're going to have part 1 from the Red Pillar for the Fire Horse Apocalypse. I will be delivering the Fire Horse Apocalypse, y'all. Hey.
Saturday, February 28th, when in Rome, prepare for the Fire Horse Apocalypse featuring twin pillars, red and the blue pills. Witness the glory of the Fire Horse blazing at the edge of apocalypse.
Already know if I'm going to take it?
Wouldn't be much of an oracle if I didn't.
But if you already know, how can I make a choice?
Because you didn't come here to make the choice. You've already made it. You're here to try to understand why you made it.
World War I, is from 1492 to 1775, when America was attacked by 7 countries simultaneously. For 283 years, they bombed this place. 7 countries attacked Black America. In 1775, we surrendered and lost the right to vote. They put us in slavery camps. They laid
tickets, ladies and gentlemen. Get your tickets. It's gonna be a movie. Let's get into some things that we'll be talking about tonight. Just breeze through some of these topics just to give y'all some insight as to what we're gonna be kicking it about. All right.
Watching history unfold. The United States government is at war with
History unfold. The United States government is at war with Anthropic and just designated them as a supply chain risk to national security. That has never before been done to an American company. The implications are enormous because AI is becoming the decisive military technology. So what the hell is going on? In short, Anthropic signed a $200 million contract with the Pentagon to deploy Claude within the military's classified systems, which has been extremely effective. It was pivotal in the U.S. capture of Maduro, for example, which raised moral concern within Anthropic about how the technology was being deployed. See, they've made 2 demands to the U.S. if it's to continue using its tech. No mass domestic surveillance for ethical concerns, and no fully autonomous weapons due to AI reliability concerns. Now, the Pentagon said, hell no. They believe that unbridled lawful access to the world's most advanced AI is critical because you better believe our adversaries will have no equivalent constraint. The Secretary of War says Anthropic's attempt to strong-arm the U.S. military into submission is a cowardly act of corporate virtue signaling that places Silicon Valley ideology above American lives. Trump had stronger language. He says the U.S. will never allow a radical left woke company to dictate how the military fights and wins wars. But Anthropic says, too bad. They cannot in good conscience change their position because they have such strong moral conviction. So where the hell do we go from here? I mean, the power dynamics are going to be fascinating. Does Amazon get pressured to divest from Anthropic? Google? Nvidia? Does the Supreme Court intervene? How scorched earth is this administration willing to go? This could get big enough to implode equity markets. I mean, Monday will be interesting. More importantly, this is an existential moment for government versus the private sector. I mean, this is unprecedented overreach. Trump's former AI advisor calls it a corporate murder that will destroy investor trust in America. But others say, how dare Dario Amodei think the government needs his permission to shoot down an enemy drone swarm? Palmer Luckett makes the point that terms like don't target innocent civilians sound morally obvious, but are actually complex and context dependent, and that private companies shutting off military systems based on their own ethical judgment undermines democracy. But wherever you stand on this issue, this is a bad day for America. I mean, we need our frontier labs and our government to work together to defend America's lead in AI. In Amadei's own words, there is a tsunami approaching and society isn't prepared.
So this is more Hegelian than anything. Okay. You're literally watching ayahuasca, right? Artificial intelligence, weapons as a service, forming before your very own eyes, the equivalent of Skynet. Okay, the equivalent of a Skynet. It's very Hegelian in its nature. You don't know who's really.
We're on the brink of war.
You don't know who's really behind all of that. But ultimately, what will happen is that they will eventually get a company that's gonna give them permission to do everything that Anthropic did not give them permission to do. Oh wait, hold on, huh? Who? Oh, OpenAI already did. Oh, well, ladies and gentlemen, OpenAI, Sam Altman stepped up and they said that they will be that company, just like that. So there goes your Hegelian, ladies and gentlemen. OpenAI, the home of ChatGPT, they have now got in bed with Pistol Pete and they're willing. Yeah, they got consummated by the Pentagon, and they're they're in the harem. So they're the hoes of the United States military. All right. There's a whole movement right now of people dumping Chat GPT and removing it from their phones, and we'll talk about that tonight. But check this out.
But what you didn't see is that every time the U.S. has gone to war. So you saw that we're on the brink of war with Iran, but what you didn't see is that every time the U.S. has gone to war in the Middle East, the stock market has recovered, but you never do. Same war, different story depending on your net worth. Now, I've been looking at all this data for the past week, and there's a pattern that I've noticed. See, after the Gulf War in 1991, the S&P recovered its initial losses in just a few months and finished the year up almost 30%. Wow. But unemployment kept rising and didn't fully recover for 4 more years. But check this out. Same after Iraq in 2003, the stock market shoots up 28% in the year after the invasion and averages 15% annual gains for the next 4 years. But unemployment, that took 5 years to recover. But keep up with me here, players. I'm about to hit a flow state. From 2002 to 2007, during what was officially called the economic recovery, the top 1% saw their income grow by 62%. But the bottom 90% of us, our income grew 3%. But hold up, since 2000, before all those wars started, the median American family income has only gone up 5% when you adjust for inflation. You have lost a quarter century of growth. Why though? How does this happen? This is the part I don't hear anybody ever talking about. The wars in Iraq and Afghanistan completely changed the game because it was the first time in American history that instead of raising taxes to fund the war, we cut taxes, mostly for the wealthy, and we borrowed 100% of the war costs. And some economists argue we're never going to pay it off. But why? Brown University did a massive study, and they found that the cost of those wars are going to exceed $8 trillion when you include the veteran care that needs to be paid for decades to come. That alone is about 20% of our national debt. But you're going to say, bro, that's the government's debt. Like, that doesn't affect me. Dog, you are tripping. Here's how it directly affects you. Right now, $1 trillion a year of your tax money goes to paying interest on that debt. That's money that can't go to healthcare or education. When the government is drowning in debt, it can't spend money on the things that actually improve your life. But why does all of this matter now? We're on the brink of war with Iran, another war in the Middle East. And if history holds, defense contractors and oil companies are going to make trillions, and wealthy investors are about to cash in too, because the stock market doesn't hate war. It just hates the uncertainty in the buildup to the war. Once it knows we're going to war, people know where to place their bets. But this is where the rest of us get hit hard. Look at what we're walking in with. Over 1 million layoffs in 2025. Hiring plans at a 15-year low. Our purchasing power has eroded almost 25% since 2020. And since then, food costs are up 27%. Housing costs up 30%. Transportation and healthcare costs are both up over 35%. Tariffs are adding over $2,000 a year in extra costs for the average American family. And now you want us to pay for another war? What a time to be alive, right?
So I would say to everybody who has children of an age that could be drafted, or even got people that's inside of the quote unquote system, right? You know, would you, you know, is this something that you want to see your people go to war about? Is this something that you want to see your people get put out there on the front lines? You know what I mean? It's not, it's time to focus on you. You know, it's time to focus on building your shit, because it's 2026. People ain't even got their own land and a whole bunch of things. But here we go with this oil-based, quote unquote, conquistador-based, crusader-based, you know, Epstein Desert Storm. And they want people to sacrifice their children and their bodies for this type of stupid shit.
Earlier this morning, the United States and Israel struck targets in Iran. Iran has since launched indiscriminate strikes across the region. I know the British people and communities across our country will be deeply concerned about what this means for security and stability, and for the fate of innocent people across the region. which for so many of us includes friends and family members. So whilst the situation is evolving very quickly, I want to set out our response. The United Kingdom played no role in these strikes, but we have long been clear the regime in Iran is utterly abhorrent. They have murdered thousands of their own people, brutally crushed dissent, and sought to destabilize the region. Even in the United Kingdom, the Iranian regime poses a direct threat to dissidents and to the Jewish community. Over the last year alone, they have backed more than 20 potentially lethal attacks on UK soil. So it is clear they must never be allowed to develop a nuclear weapon. That remains the primary aim of the United Kingdom and our allies, including the US. I condemn Iran's attacks today on partners across the region, many of which are not parties to this conflict. We extend our support and solidarity to them as part of our commitments to the security of our allies in the Middle East. We have a range of defensive capabilities in the region, which we've recently strengthened. Our forces are active, and British planes are in the sky today as part of coordinated regional defensive operations to protect our people, our interests, and our allies, as Britain has done before, in line with international law. We've stepped up protections for British bases and personnel to their highest level. We are also reaching out to UK nationals in the region and doing everything we can to support them. I've been speaking with leaders today from the E3 and across the region. It is vital that we prevent further escalation and return to a diplomatic process. We want to see peace and security and the protection of civilian life. Iran can end this now. They should refrain from further strikes, give up their weapons programs, and cease the appalling violence and repression against the Iranian people, who deserve the right to determine their own future in line with our long-standing position. This is the route to de-escalation and back to the negotiating table. Thank you.
These weird people.
Major update regarding the war in Iran this afternoon. Iran has launched a wave of retaliatory strikes across the Middle East, targeting areas in Kuwait, Bahrain, Qatar, and the United Arab Emirates in Dubai. The senior Democrat on the Intelligence Committee in the United States Senate, Mark Warner, says that the United States misinterpreted the intelligence regarding strikes in Iran. Right now, a Shahed drone was seen impacting a high population area in Dubai, and a hotel, the Fairmont Hotel, caught fire as a result of debris impacting the hotel. A U.S. Navy center in Bahrain, according to NBC News, was struck by Iranian missiles. Unclear whether or not there are any American casualties. In Kuwait, we have confirmation from video footage posted online that the airport in Kuwait was impacted, and there are videos circulating of missile strikes possibly in Qatar as well. This is just the beginning of what will be a long and large war in the Middle East. Multiple countries will be impacted and have already been impacted. More updates soon. Follow for more.
Yeah, so we're beginning to see the theater of war in its finest forms begin to unravel before our very own eyes. And I would just say that it is even more proof, is further proof, is undeniable proof of this apocalypse, the fire horse apocalypse. This has been predicted. Everything that's happening is in alignment with the fire horse apocalypse. Everything that's you're seeing that's taking place is in alignment with the revelation. Things are going to be revealed even with all of this propaganda, but it's a revelation. People are waking up. The whole Middle East is on high alert right now. The world, the ones who are looking at America with one ounce of respect, I'm sure that a lot of that respect is going to be re-examined, right? Just based off of the imperialistic, they're not hiding their imperialism anymore. They're not hiding their blatant, quote unquote, thirst for blood and the disrespect for life and innocence, right? With the killing of all of these, with all of this collateral damage that you see taking place over striking a country that, it wasn't really provoking you at the time. You know what I'm saying? And then you got shit like this.
The Cuban government is talking with us, and they're in a big deal of trouble, as you know. They have no money, they have no anything right now, but they're talking with us, and maybe we'll have a friendly takeover of Cuba. We could very well end up having a friendly takeover of Cuba. What about the...
Right? So don't be fooled. There will be no friendly takeover of Cuba, right? I don't think that Cuba is trying to go out like that. I don't know Cuba to be a pushover. Cuba's not known to just be friendly taking over. They haven't been taken over. There's a war being waged against Cuba right now in the forms of a sanction. They're literally basically have them under siege, and they are literally quote unquote starving the citizens of Cuba. They're restricting their fuel and whatnot. So there's a crisis going on. And there was also some violence that took place where 4 U.S. citizens were unalived off the shores of Cuba, I believe yesterday, if not the day before. So while they have all of these, while when you're watching what the left hand is doing, pay attention to the right hand. So this whole thing with them going against, they going after Venice, they went after Venezuela, they went after Cuba, they went after they kicked the hornet's nest in Mexico, right? And here you go, they went after Iran. And then Iran is hitting about 7 other countries that are in bed with either Is It Real or the gringos and whatnot. So yeah, there's provocations taking place right now before your very own eyes. And then Haiti, of course, may be next. After they decide to do something in Cuba, they'll set their eyes on Haiti. These are crusaders. Colombia's on their plate as well. They have Colombia on their plate. A lot of provocations against the president. And yeah, we got our eyes on that as well. Bolivia, right? Bolivia. And then that whole once they take those, and then Brazil, of course, Brazil will be their ultimate prize. But yeah, you're looking at the you're looking at Pax Judea with Is It Real on that end, right? Over there on that end, Africa, that Asia shit, you know what I mean? Ukraine, and then you're looking at moves being made over here by the Crusaders on this in this hemisphere, and that would be Latin America, which is the crown jewel of the Roman of the Pope, right? They see, is it true that the Iranian president has been, I don't know, you tell me. I know that that's the goal of their attacks. And once again, this is a AI, right? What you see taking place, whatever you see going on with America, and is it real? They're going to be using their precision technology. Check this out. This is the technology that got Maduro. Let's look at some of the technology. We talking ayahuasca. I'm going to have to do a whole ayahuasca series, part 4, to put all of this into perspective. We will begin that series tonight in the lecture. We'll start that conversation tonight. Check it out.
The weapon, probably carried by a Chinook or a Black Hawk helicopter, fires a focused beam of pulse microwave energy, not sound waves, that passes right through the skull. These beams are absorbed by the water in the brain tissue and the fluid in the inner ear. This energy causes a minuscule rapid heating of the tissue, less than 1 degree Celsius. But that tiny sudden expansion generates a pressure wave inside the skull. The consequence? The target hears a sound, clicks, buzzing, or a roar that originates inside their own head, bypassing the eardrums entirely. If the frequency is tuned to the resonance of the inner ear, it violently disrupts the body's balance, causing immediate vertigo. At higher power levels, that rapid tissue expansion can rupture capillaries, leading to the reported nosebleeds and internal trauma. There is another possibility, a weaponized infrasonic pulse emitter. Instead of a continuous beam, this device would fire high-intensity slugs of low-frequency air pressure below 20 Hz. These waves travel through the body to match the resonant frequency of internal organs like the stomach or lungs. High-intensity infrasound can actually cause cavitation, the formation of bubbles in bodily fluids. When those bubbles collapse, they create tiny shockwaves that damage tissue. The target feels an intense vibration in their gut, leading to severe nausea and effectively paralyzing them with pain and sickness. Tactically, the report suggests U.S. forces use this technology as the ultimate force multiplier. The result was that the hundreds of Venezuelan guards mentioned in the reports weren't fought in a traditional gun battle. They were incapacitated, sick, dizzy, and bleeding, long before U.S. troops made contact. This allowed a small team of approximately 20 operators to walk virtually unopposed through a much larger force. But that's not it. The U.S. military has another secret weapon. Analysts called it the Iron Dome of the Caribbean. They said the airspace over Venezuela was impenetrable, locked down by the Russian-made S-300 anti-system, a beast capable of swatting aircraft out of the sky from 150 miles away. But in the dark night, the myth of invincibility didn't just crack, it evaporated. The opening salvo didn't come from pilots, but from physics.
Right. So this attack on Iran, which they said is going to last for weeks, right? And not just days. They are predicting and projecting this to last for weeks. I don't think it's going to last for weeks. If I was a betting man, I would say that this is going to be over in days, right? But I also would say this, and this is not on some panic shit. I don't want nobody to panic. If you live in the States, or what I would say behind the borders, right? Just look at it like that. There's outside the borders and there's behind the borders. What are the borders? The 52 states. That's the borders, right? Because when they close the borders, you'll be inside of the borders, right? Everything outside of the borders, right, is gonna be fair game. It will be considered to be, the theaters of war, these different places. But you got to ask yourself, do I want to be inside of the borders, or do I want to be outside of the borders when things are going down, right? Whenever things are going down, do I want to be out the way and outside of the borders, aka behind enemy lines, or do I want to go somewhere outside of those borders, outside of the jurisdiction, outside of, let's just say hypothetically, martial war is declared, and then ICE takes over along with other groups that are they're deputized to go inside of people's homes and basically see if people on this list that I've been hearing about, Palantir and Oracle along with Meta and all of the big tech companies, got together and compiled a lot of data points of people, and they've compiled lists, right? They got lists, right? Flock cameras, all of that. Would you rather be behind the borders, right? Behind enemy lines when that happens? Or would you be rather outside the borders, outside enemy lines when that happens? So you probably would be like, oh shit, it's going down. Oh, look at what they doing. Oh, I'm in the jungle. I'm in the rainforest. I'm on an island somewhere. I'm in Africa somewhere. I'm close to the Sahel, or I'm in the Sahara. I'm on my I show speed type of thing. You know, would you rather be outside of the Colosseum or inside of it when the Romans start acting Roman? That's just a hypothetical question I would ask the fam. Where would you rather be? Because you do know that they will close the borders. There will be a declaration of martial law. You can't take Trump off of the throne when the country's at war. The Iranian war is something that they've been practicing. They've been praying on. This is a part of their end time prophecies. It's going down. This is a part of the Abrahamic end time prophecies. So once it started, this is this is the coming of the Messiah. This is what they've been prophesizing, and like Blue laid out so expertly when the show opened up, it's all in alignment. It's all lined up with the blood moons. This is a grand ritual. So just know what you're looking at, and you know, not just necessarily brush things off. You saw what's going on in Mexico with the cartels. Are the cartels cool with you, or are the cartels against you? Because behind the wall, the cartel is against you. And according to people on the ground in places like the West Coast, you know, the cartel is not they're not pro-black, right? So you can't even, can you go to Mexico and lay low? Can you go to Mexico? Would you want to go to Mexico with knowing that they got damn near armies out there who work with the alphabet boys, who work with Is It Real, who work with the government, and they do crooked shit, right? They're not riding for you. They have more of a military presence, right, than you have. These people deal in organ harvesting, bodies, human trafficking. These are not necessarily people of what you would consider to be great moral standards. No, that's not who they are. You got your villains confused. You know what I'm saying? These people are they're selling human beings like they used to sell kilos of coke, right? They will sell you. They will sell your organs. They will sell your bodies. You will come up, you know, I don't want to be graphic, but those are not your friends. From what I know. If somebody knows anything different, y'all could tell me. Yeah, the cartels don't even care about Mexicans. So what you think they're going to care about? So when I see them, I see, once again, I see crusaders. I see a standing army. I see the same way that when you look at Africa and you look at those rebel groups and whatnot, and when you look at those terroristic groups, those are bandits. Those are paid killers. Those are mercenaries that work against the people, right? Check it out.
Heard about the El Mencho files yet? You haven't? Okay, here it goes really quick because I have to go to work. So, according to recent news, the United States put a lot of pressure on Mexico to go after El Mencho, this figure El Mencho. El Mencho, what he was doing, according to the U.S., they were like, we need to stop the drug cartels. We need to stop the drug cartels. So we need to help Mexico and go get this bad guy for the drugs that they're trying to push on our little kids. First of all, El Mencho, what he was making his money off of was child trafficking and selling human organs. What did he have? He had a client list. He had a client list in a laptop, a file that was also in the Epstein files of the clients that he would sell children and human organs to. So again, we're not stupid, right? We know the United States is never going to get involved in any Latin American country unless it benefits them somehow, right? We already know the history. We're not stupid. We're educated. So what was the benefit here? Okay, so the benefit was for them to protect themselves against the Epstein list that was on there. They had the supply, El Mencho, he was a supplier, and the demand was this high client list, 211 people. 17 of those people are current sitting members of Congress. Here you go. Another take for accountability.
So, according to them, El Mencho and the gang are in bed with the devils and the demons and these quote unquote, people that eat people. And once again, you can't you can't begin to separate who is who. Everybody's hands are dirty. They've all taken this quote unquote oath to be in bed with Beelzebub, to be Babylonian, right? To be down with the ball, to be balling with the ballers, right? It doesn't matter your nationality, your background, what language you speak, the color of your skin, none of that shit matters. People are in bed with ball, sacrificing souls and whatnot, sending people to the goddamn other side, to the underworld, to the upside down world for capital gain and shit like that. Let's go. When in Rome.
When in Rome, I was thrown on a throne made of stone. Red sky over cobblestone roads, fire horse run where the river won't flow. I was just a kid with a crown in my head, counting every step, trying to outrun dread. Cards on the table, kings in the hall, gold on the marble, names on the wall. They said, boy, you were born for the war. I said, I'm just trying to find a fire source. Racing through the ruins. When in Rome, I was thrown on a throne made of stone. Red sky over cobblestone roads, fire horse run where the river won't flow. I was just a kid with a crown in my head, counting every step, trying to outrun dread. Cards on the table, kings in the hall, gold on the marble, names on the wall. They said, boy, you were born for the war. I said, I'm just trying to find a fire source. Racing through the ruins in my veins, of course. Every time they came me, I just changed the course. Can't burn me out, I'm the fire source, I'm the fire source. Hey. When the oil's freezing, I stay scorching force. All these heavy stories in a single torch. Can't burn me out, I'm the fire source, I'm the fire source. Winter in my chest like a northern wind, but my pulse run high like a lion's skin. Silk robe dragging through the dirt and ash. Old man betting if I fade or last.
Go ahead, get your ticket, ladies and gentlemen. Anything 20 and above will get you a ticket. Put your email in the subject. Put your email in the subject, okay? You could promote, you could support the channel, you could show love, you could do whatever you want to do. This is the Cash App for our channel. Okay. So go ahead and make your offer. All right. Make your offer. Ladies and gentlemen, 8 p.m. tonight, only on Zoom. All right. I will be doing a 4-hour dissertation / lecture / presentation slideshow. It will be slideshow, and it will be visuals, and it will also be me reading the information. You will be inside of our monthly lecture series. This is our When in Rome, our latest installation, which is the Fire Horse Apocalypse. All right. We started this entire series in the year 2015, I believe, in Boston, Massachusetts. When in Rome was born. The same weekend that the Evolution Will Be Digitized was born. Okay. And we find ourselves all the way up in 2026 with about 7 or 8 titles added to that collection. And this one is special because, of course, this one on February the 28th lands on a very powerful portal day, and a day where history is being made around the world and whatnot. The world is standing still, looking at World War IV or III, depends on how you interpret it, break out. Okay, so I would say that our scheduling, for people who say that, you know, there's conflicts in schedules, I would say that our scheduling is pretty much on point. You know, the Great Divine continues to speak in signs. The Great Divine continues to speak in signs, and the Great Divine continues to, you know, stay in alignment with, you know, what it is that we're doing and whatnot. The red and the blue, the Netaru, you know, 666. We got 666 watching right now. Shout out to the electron, the neutrons, you know what I mean, and the photons. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, we threw one in there. World War 10, right? Somebody said World War 10. Will it be recorded? Will a bird fly? Yes, we do record all of our lectures, and it will be available for playback. We will have the replay available, ladies and gentlemen. We will have the replay. We actually also have a book, an ebook that is going to be released. That ebook will be released after Blue Pill's Epilogue. The ebook for When in Rome, called All Roads Lead to Rome, it will be released after Blue Pill wraps up in his epilogue, because we have to use some of his visuals from his presentation in the ebook. So when he's finished with his segment, we will have the ebook available for the family that bought the tickets at its original price on the website and whatnot. The ones who pay full price, that is going to be your bonus. You're going to receive the ebook entitled All Roads Lead to Rome. Okay. So yeah, we're going to get this one in the bag. I'm going to land my plane because I have to go back in the lab, of course, and finish up this presentation, which is going to be later on tonight at 8 p.m., ladies and gentlemen. I look forward to seeing y'all in the building. This whole buildup that we've been working towards since I came back from the jungles. Of course, I'm going to have a segment about the jungle, the ayahuasca and everything. That'll be a part of this Fire Horse Apocalypse, because this is a part of my personal Fire Horse Apocalypse, my revelation, my reawakening, my spark. You know what I mean? Philip is the lover of horses. The word horse, fire horse, and Philip is like is like one in the same, because Philip, PHI is phi, which is fire. LLIP is PILL. Flip it around, that's red pill. Fire horse, you know what I mean? So inside of my name, when you break it down, you feel me? Here I am, right? So this is my era and my age, and this is the time that I've been, you know, staying alive. I had to dodge, I had to dance with death to make it to this point in life. You know what I'm talking about? Without falling off the edge and whatnot. But yeah, some of us have made it this far for a reason, and we have to show and prove what that reason is through our demonstration, not just through words alone. We got to show up, and we got to show out, and we got to show the world, you know, what it really is. Yeah, Pill Valentine in the building. Hold on, we got Pill Valentine in the building. What the bug we doing? Copper, email me as soon as this is over so I'll send you your link. You got the Pakistan-Afghanistan war going on right now. You got the Iran versus the U.S. and the Israel going on right now. There's a lot of things going on right now, and we will go cover it. We are going to cover it. But make no mistake about it, it is underneath the canopy of the fire horse apocalypse, or the fire horse year, right? So when you know what this year speaks of, and when you know what this year it represents, and when you know the energy of this year, you will not be surprised about what it is that you might be seeing. You're not going to be surprised. Operation Epic Fury is what they're calling this operation. Operation Epic Fury is what the Babylon is calling this operation. Okay, that adds up to 144. Listen. You do not need to fear anything but fear itself. Okay, this fire, this purification, all of these things that you might witness has nothing to do with your demise or your plight and whatnot. Things will fall, so other things will rise. Make no mistake about that. And I'm not even hitting you with the Pope Pablo sermons and whatnot, but things will fall so things can rise. Okay, make no mistake about that. All right, that there's no deniability to what it is that you're witnessing and whatnot. Let that shit fall. Okay, let it fall, let it burn. You know, we got to focus on what it is that we're going to be doing. How are we going to secure the land? How are we going to build on the land? What are we going to be preparing for? In our mind's eyes, it's all is mental, right? What I do encourage you to do is not to put anybody in the mouth of this quote unquote dragon and offer them up. Don't offer nothing up to Moloch or Beelzebub if you don't have to. Okay. Try not to offer up the children to the beast while they out here doing bestialities and doing beastly shit. Remove yourself as much as you can. Okay. Check this out. This is a story that we're going to be covering tonight too, as everything gets exposed, as everything gets blown out, right? Don't let the distractions distract you. Still do your research, still do your information, still know what it is that you're looking at, right? Control your own narrative, right? So remember the whole thing with the Somalians and whatnot when they exposed the Somalians. Well, somebody went and did that with the with them people in New Jersey. Check them out.
Through block voting, Orthodox Jews won enough seats to control the East Ramapo School Board and went on to eliminate hundreds of public school positions like...
Peep that name. Peep that name right here. Nathan Rothschild. Wow. Did Tyler even catch that? Nathan Rothschild. In 2009, the board began gutting the public school system. The report states between 2009 and 2014, the board fired over 450 staff, including 160 teachers, 3 guidance counselors, and all social workers. It also cut budgets for athletic and extracurricular activities in half. Sounds like they got the final boss right here.
Teachers and social workers, while approving millions of taxpayer dollars to be spent on their children's religious private schools, ultimately gutting the public school system for the estimated 9,000 black and brown public school students, while diverting that money to their private religious schools.
They give us food that's rotten and it's cold and it hurts our stomach.
I ask you, do not take our music program away. I love playing an instrument. My brother would be
Crash. And the budget cuts were so devastating that in one instance, an elementary school shut down, and the majority Jewish school board then voted to sell it to a Jewish yeshiva for pennies on the dollar. Basically, the poorest, most vulnerable kids in these communities had their schools gutted and looted, all by a majority Jewish school board whose kids didn't even attend public school.
We believe that some of the decisions that have been made by the board have not been in the best interest of the public school community.
You don't like it?
It was decent, but it definitely could have been better if we had the resources that we were allowed to have. But again, for the past 10, 15 years or so, people have been purposely voting no on our school budget vote, so that way we had no funding and money for our school. And, you know, that was done purposely.
And who was voting no?
Majority, the Jewish community. You, like, drive around here, you'll literally see signs saying vote no for a school budget, which I think is crazy. Luckily, we were able to get a ward system to be able to get 3 seats for, you know, the wars. But if it wasn't for that, we still would be majority white Jewish men voting for public school students that they don't care about.
Remember young God, King David, running, yo, King David on King David. He's locked up in New Jersey right now, and he needs the support of somebody, right? I know that there's some people out there that could do something for the brother, like write him a letter or reach out to the brother. I'm just putting that out there. I don't know if there's anybody inside of this audience that do things like that. They get busy with the pen paling and whatnot. But the young brother who was in the videos about 2 years ago exposing them, he went into their synagogue. He went into the synagogue of the Lubavitch, which is the most dangerous sect of juice box in this bit. These are the hitters of their group, right? And they had they were the ones that dug the tunnel and whatnot. He went up in there with his cameras on YouTube and exposed them. He got jammed up in New Jersey, and I heard a phone call where he was like, yo, I'm having a rough time behind the wall and whatnot. So if anybody could reach out to him and write that brother a letter or send him a sandwich or something, I don't know. You know what I'm talking about? We got to take care of our own, especially the guerrilla investigators, the one to go out there and do shit like this. But they blew the top off of these people who were literally, you know, they did that in Brooklyn. They done did that in Brooklyn, but you know, everybody's getting exposed. I'm just saying, everybody's getting exposed, and then look at what they wind up doing.
This is now owned by one single.
Why do we need our own media, right? Shout out to everybody that was in class yesterday. All right, we did class number 4 for the Imaginarium,
right there, dog.
And we showed everybody how to make movies.
That movie.
We went in last night, you know what I mean? We was going in. We are working on making our own films, ladies and gentlemen. We are working on making our own films.
Yeah. That shit. That's my movie.
Right?
You know what I'm
We
saying?
working on making our own films, taking control of our own media, taking control of our own images. This is what we're doing. We're not talking about it.
Do on your shit.
A big move in the direct selling space tonight. Tech entrepreneur Tariq Bey.
Right? Shout out to my bro, Tyreek Bey.
This shit going on right now in real life.
Psycho Cinematics, right? Because check out what they're doing. So we don't have no time to waste. We need the support of the people. We're not doing this on our own. We're doing this for the people. So we need the support, because look at what's going on right here. Check this out.
The Ellisons. This is billionaire Larry Ellison, and this is his son David, and they've been on an absolute spending frenzy. First, they took over CBS Paramount in 2024 on behalf of Israel. Then last year, Larry Ellison bought TikTok, also on behalf of Israel. And now the Ellisons are taking over Warner Brothers for $111 billion. Keep in mind that Larry Ellison is the largest single private donor to the IDF, and he just so happens to be very close friends with Netanyahu. They wouldn't be trying to run some kind of psychological operation on us, would they?
Why can't Israel be doing some sort of, counterintelligence,
information warfare like this, where they are actually doing the same type of, like psychological operations in America.
All of this comes as, for the first time in American history, American support for Palestinians is greater than that of Israel. Probably all just a coincidence.
So keep in mind, you're going to see a lot more propaganda in the media, okay? You're going to see a lot more propaganda in the media. The young man that I was talking about that's locked up in New Jersey, his name is Famous Richard. His name is Famous Richard, ladies and gentlemen. His name is Famous Richard, okay? And I'm advocating for him because I know that he's being whatever they're doing to him in New Jersey, where the juice boxes have a lot of power and whatnot, is not being done righteously. Okay, so let me fix up my lingo and let me correct my verbatim and what my nomenclature of what my lexicon. I don't want anybody to be a pen pal. Let me clear that. I need an advocate for his, I need advocates to reach out to him. And yes, Justice Journey, the voice for the voiceless. I need legal representation, and I need people who are advocates to reach out to the young man. I'm not advocating for anybody on this platform to necessarily be a pen pal. So I used the wrong language. But I definitely want to reach out to the brother to help him with some type of legal ramification, some legal work, some legal quote unquote assistance and aid, right? Yes. How do you tap into the Imaginarium? Good question. You could scan the QR code that's right there, and that will get you in the Imaginarium workshop, right? And the workshop is going to get you access to the school. It's going to get you access to the Telegram, all private, and it's going to get you access to the Discord, right? And then it's also going to get you access to the 90-day accelerator that we are currently undergoing right now. So just yesterday, we did class number 4. You get access to everything that's already been recorded, all of the study guides, all of the prompt packs, everything will be in your hands, all right, for the Imaginarium. So shout out to everybody that has definitely supported what we're doing at the Imaginarium. Blueprints for the planetarium. You smell me? Matter of fact, let's go into a commercial for that before we get out of here, because we've been cooking. Shout out to all of the KTLians in the building. If you in the Imaginariums, put a 1 in the chat. Let me see if you in the building. Put a 1 in the chat. Do I have information where Famous Richard is at? I know he's in a New Jersey spot. I don't know the exact. I can't give you the exact name of it though.
It doesn't belong to the spectators. It belongs to the architects. Join us this Friday, February 27th at 8 p.m. on Zoom for the 4th installment of the Imaginarium Workshop, hosted by Red Pillar, also known as Napoleon Pill. What began as a theory, the fantasy complex industry, has now moved into reality. We are entering a world where we control, distribute, and own the intellectual property of our catalogs, our portfolios, and our wealth. No middlemen, no gatekeepers, no borrowed platforms. This is about sovereignty in the age of AI, ownership in the digital economy, power through imagination. Friday, February 27th, 8 p.m., Zoom. Secure your seat. Step into the Imaginarium.
Blueprints in the planetarium. Imaginarium. Blueprints in the planetarium. Imaginarium. Blueprints in the planetarium. Founders get found in the atrium, we carry them. Builders build brick by brick on the mantle of spin. Best nation, imagination, stamp the atlas in. Gill lights up, code hum like a seraphim. From prompting the prophet, watch the marriage win. We craft a myth and market it, establish it. Imaginarium where raw thought turns atom in. School, chalk dust flow over marble link. Kill the mindsmith, so sesh with a carbon nib. Gods of intelligence, gears turning the loft amid. Fantasy copies, factory floors where the stars lit. Shinner, spark ether, map the parliament. Operator, rule signal audit all the arguments. Destroyer, cut the clutter, know the counterfeit. Every bar's a spec sheet, every rhyme's a document. 5 pillar stand, comics, tunes, games, toys, animation. We mold the cannon, full time, whole constellation. Founders in the foundry with Kalu's dedication. We press the crest and metal.
Okay, the brother's name is Richard Sharp. Richard Sharp. Yeah, his name is Richard Sharp, and I don't know what city. I'll find out what city he's in real quick. All right. But I know he's locked up for the blicky. And it might be Bayonne. It might be in Bayonne. But it's a 1 count of possession of a firearm and communication of an ammunition. Yeah, so not looking good. Not looking good when it comes to stuff like that. But I don't know the brother's story, but I do know that he was exposing the juice boxes and whatnot, and they got his ass jammed up right now. Okay, they got him jammed up. Shout out to all of the okay, we got a lot of Imaginarium family in the building. All right, shout out to everybody. Thank you all for your support. All right, thank you all for your support, and thank you all for tapping in and making it happen. You know what I mean? Betting in yourself, believing in yourself. You know what I'm talking about? Richard Sharp is his name. Yes. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we about to dip. Look out for the gold and the silver. Everybody that's stacking their silvers, everybody that's stacking up their precious metals. Yeah, check the charts and whatnot because it's going crazy right now. Check the charts, okay? For yes. You deep into silver. Shout out to Nkairu. He set our people up years ago. Shout out to him. He was definitely he was an asset to this platform with the information that he shared in 2022 and in 2023 and got people foundational. He got me right, you know what I mean? He got a lot of people right, and now it's paying off with the silver and the gold. Okay. So with that being said, peace, love, and light to the family. Y'all stay dangerous. We'll see you in class tonight. We're gonna have a headbanger. When in Rome, all right. All roads lead to Rome, y'all. When in Rome, the Fire Horse Apocalypse, featuring your good brother, Red Pillar, soon to be followed up, Blue Pillar. Okay.
On a throne made of stone.
I wanted to just address something real quick. Somebody has said something that the brother doesn't need thoughts and prayers. He needs lawyers. He needs both. If anything were to happen to any one of us, we need both. We need both. Thoughts and prayers and money and lawyers. They should come hand in hand because the thoughts alone ain't gonna cut it. You know what I mean? If any, and I'm not even saying the brother is one of us. He's a content creator who was just very, very ratchet and whatnot, and went behind, and exposed the juice boxes in Brooklyn and whatnot. And I know that he was online crying about his situation and he was fearing for his life, behind them walls and whatnot. So I just put that out there. Check this out. For anybody that sent the Cash App, right? Look in your Cash App and see if I responded. If you never put your email in there, and I say, I look in your Cash App, because more than likely I'm asking you for your email. And if you don't see me asking, but you haven't left your email, just send me your email. Just send me your email, because that's the way that I'll get you your link. Okay. So if anybody sent me a Cash App but no email, check your Cash App, because I probably responded to you by sending you $1 and asking you for your email. Okay. So let's go ahead and tap in so we could all be in the building properly. All right. I'm gonna put the Cash App right here, and then we're going to close this out, and we will see you on the next go around. All right. When that is, I'm not too sure. For my Imaginarium family, we're going to be doing a vibe session on Sunday, March 1st. We'll be having a vibe session, so look out for that email. And everybody else, I'll see you tonight for the lecture. Okay. When in Rome. All right.
Red sky over cobblestone roads. Fire horse run where the river won't flow. I was just a kid with a clown in my head, counting every step, trying to outrun dread. Cards on the table, kings in the hall, gold on the marble, names on the wall. They said, boy, you were born for the war. I said, I'm just trying to find a fire source. Fire horse, racing through the ruins in my veins, of course. Every time they change me, I just change the course. Can't burn me out. I'm the fire source. I'm the fire source. Hey. When the whole's freezing, I stay scorching force. All these heavy stories in a single torch. Can't burn me out. I'm the fire source. I'm the fire source. Winter in my chest like a northern wind, but my pulse run high like a lion's skin. Silk robe dragging through the dirt and ash. Old man betting if I fade or last.
Lord have mercy. So I'm just getting some reports, some breaking news reports before we even tap up out of here. We want to leave it with the breaking news reports that them people done got they op. That them people done struck they op. They done hit the target. You know what I mean? And if that's the case, yeah, we talking about. Let's see.
News right now, Iranian Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khamenei is dead following Israeli and United States strikes in Iran today. Axios is now reporting that Israel's ambassador to the United States of America told U.S. officials that Iran's supreme leader has been killed following an Israeli strike on his compound. Senior Israeli officials have also told the same to Reuters. This comes just minutes after Benjamin Netanyahu went on television and said that many signs have pointed to the fact that Khamenei had been eliminated. There is no official confirmation yet from the United States government or from the Iranian government. But all signs, at least right now, confirm that Khamenei is dead. Several senior U.S. officials have been updated on this major development. The Iranian supreme leader has likely died. I'm going to have more updates for you very soon. Spread the word. Follow along for all the news you need to know about. More to come.
Yeah. See you tonight, 8 o'clock, y'all. See you tonight, 8 o'clock, y'all. Peace, love, and light.
can't beat us, join us, please bring your coinage. We sing 3-pointers, money shots all net, all vets, bumps we not, jet skiing in them sunny spots. With women edible like gummy drops, dummy stop, dummy stop. No weapon form can intercept the storm. Once my intellect is on, I'm projecting on magnetic fields and interact with blacks with athletic bills. I'm all about growth and development like residents of Ebbets Fields.